All right, we now welcome on Nico Carrera. He's playing currently over in Germany in the second tier for the Bundesliga, or team that's in the second tier for the Bundesliga, Holstein. He's on the U19s and U23s. And welcome on today, Nico.
Nah, thank you, Chuck and Will. It's really a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So to start off, can you just give a quick little summary of your career thus far to our listeners?
I really, I guess you could say, started the academy. I started in academy when I was 14 years old in Pachuca. Before that, I tried out 2 years when I was 12 and 13 for the FC Dallas Academy, but was rejected both those years. And I ended up going to Alianza, which is a program here in the United States that gives the opportunities for Hispanics, or mainly for Hispanics, but it can be anyone, to get viewed by Mexican scouts and Mexican scouts with Mexican teams in Mexico and other American teams here. And they gave me the opportunity to be seen by Mexican teams, and I ended up receiving 12 different offers to go in Mexico and U.S. And I ended up choosing to go back to my hometown, Pachuca, which is one of the, in my opinion, one if not the best academy in North America. And I spent 1 year there. Then I came back to FC Dallas, and I ended up playing FC Dallas Academy for 3 years before I made the move to Holstein Kiel.
FC Dallas isn't too bad of an academy either, so you got some good options there.
I definitely was blessed to play in the best Mexican academy and the best American academy. I mean, it's I think FC Dallas is the best academy in the United States for developing players, giving opportunities. I mean, the amount of homegrowns they have, the amount of players that they have overseas is incredible.
Definitely. So how did that move to Holstein come about? Where did they see you play, or how did you get in contact with them?
The Holstein move was really unprecedented. It was during while I was at home here at COVID. You know, there were a lot of uncertainties with COVID. There was I was in Germany before COVID hit. Right when COVID hit, I was on some trials. I was in Hamburg, Ingolstadt. I'd gone to Nuremberg. I was gonna go to Hoffenheim before COVID hit, but I wasn't able to go to Hoffenheim. Some other teams that I had set. And so I had to come home. There was a lot of uncertainty if I was going to be able to go back to go finish my trials, or if I really not know what I was going to do. And then one day, all of a sudden, I'm training. My agent calls me. He's like, "Hey, there's Holstein Kiel. It's a club in the second Bundesliga. One of the scouts heard about you. They seen you some play. They're interested. I'm gonna be talking with them." And so it was just between my agent at the club. I don't really know how they came to see me. All I know is that they had a talk with Hamburg, which was the one club that I went to trial for. And I know they spoke with Hamburg about me. I don't know what was said, but I know they spoke to Hamburg before they made the decision of signing me. So really, it was unprecedented. I was very blessed that the move came about, because my goal was always to go play in Europe and play in Germany specifically. And I'm really grateful for Holstein Kiel for the way that they opened up their doors for me and unprecedented times. You know, they made a big risk, you could say. They never seen me play in person. They never met me. We only met through Zoom calls, and which is definitely a risk for them. And I'm very grateful that they took that opportunity on me, and I'm doing everything I can to give them my best.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious, why Germany? What about Germany stood out to you that made you there?
Well, I really like the personality and the culture of the Germans. I think it definitely fits in well with the personality and the way my mentality, the way I think, very structured, very disciplined. That's this type of style of life and soccer that I like to live in. And I mean, that's one of the big reasons. And also Germany, just in the whole soccer side of things, you can see the level that they have and the way that they're good at developing young players, giving opportunities to go on and do bigger things in the future. You know, it's definitely a hot spot for Americans, and will continue to grow in the future. So I think that's what made it the most the best for me to go over there to Germany.
Yeah. How has life been adjusting for you in Germany? Like, are you living by yourself, or are you with other people from the academy at Holstein Kiel?
I'm living with one other player from the academy in some apartments, and we also live with two other guys who are pretty nice. You know, it's definitely been interesting and different to go live in another country, especially Germany, you know, and not know the language, only speak English and Spanish, and they speak German and English. Some, you know, so it was definitely interesting. But I've been adjusting to it, doing the best I can. I think I've done a really good job at that. I picked up the language at a very fast rate, which is very nice. Been very helpful, and just overall, I think it's been very, very positive for me, as not only as a player but also as a person, to experience a new culture, learn a new language, meet some new people, learn from other people, and you know, just live on my own and get that experience. You know, with of course with the full support of my family, which they have been very, very supportful from every step of the way, from when I left to now that I've came back.
Yeah, I watched one of your videos, like your Instagram TV videos. It seems like you got a very close knit family in there, very supportive. So that's really cool to see.
It's definitely a blessing to have a family, the one that I have. I know they don't come very often. My brother, my sister, my parents. You know, we all support each other, whether it be in soccer, whether it be in school, whether it be in life. We all support each other no matter what we go through. So it's definitely very nice to have. It makes the hard times a little easier, and it makes the good times a little better, you know.
Yeah, so you were saying earlier you think Germany suits you because of the structured nature they have. I also saw, I think it was on your Instagram, that you, and I think the whiteboard there behind you, you say you structure out your days in your life on the whiteboard. So I'm curious what that does for you and why you think that's important.
I think that's important for me, just to do a structure, to keep me focused, to keep my views on the goal so I don't stray away from it, and I can keep on working towards that. I'm not obsessive about it, but I do have it. I do like to structure my life to be very disciplined so I can achieve what I want to achieve. The whiteboard is only a little bit. I got notebooks also. I read books, you know, just different things like that to keep me in check, and to keep me disciplined, and to keep me going and working towards what I want to achieve in the future, you know. And that's something that has been instilled in me since I was very little. That's the way that my father runs his life, and that's the way that he has taught me and my siblings to do the same. And we're not obsessive about it, like everything needs to be structured, but we do want to have some structure in our life, a good base, so we can be strong in the bad times, and we can make the good times and keep and be efficient in the good times, so we can be even better, you know.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I have in my room, I have a whiteboard hanging up above my desk, and I just have it like as pretty much like a calendar, so I can put all my important dates to keep me like focused for the month. And then also on the side, I have some notes of just like some reminders.
Yeah.
It's really good to help you keep you focused and on task, you know.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah.
So what are some of your goals for, I guess, 2021, now that we're ending 2020?
2021, I get make the next steps in my club. I'm really eager to get back. The time that I was there, I was doing very well. I was getting opportunities. I was advancing. I felt like I was advancing well. I felt a lot of love from the club. I felt that I was giving them what they deserve. I felt that I was performing on the pitch, on the practice, off the field too. So I just want to keep on getting back into that rhythm of being the best person that I can be on and off the field, and just make the next steps. Go to the 23s, get more experience there, and then start to break into the first team. That's definitely my biggest goal of 2021, and I'm gonna work my ass off for that, you know.
Yes. So with like breaking into the first team at your club, obviously your performance on the field is a huge factor in that, but do you see that off the field, like in the locker room, making friends and just like the banter you have with everybody else, does that have any effect on it too?
I think off the field, yes, it does have an. It's not the main effect. It's just the side. It's not something that if you don't have it, it's like the end of, like, if you don't perform on the pitch, you're not getting opportunities. Like if off the field you don't I guess you don't do the best, then that's not also it's not really something that's going to kill your career or kill you, but it's something definitely that I think it's good to perform. Also, you have to focus on, it's not only about soccer, you also have to focus on everything else. Clubs and scouts and the players and the coaches, they don't only look at you as a player, they also look at you as a person also. And I feel that it's important to show who you are as a person, also not be fake, show your true self, so they can feel on the authenticity that you have as a player and as a person. I think it's good to have a good balance between those and show who you are on and off the field to the club. And you know, if they like it, they support you more. And I think that's something that's very important, but something that I also, as I try 100% on the pitch, I also try 100% off the field, you know.
Has the first team coaching staff given you any sort of timeline on when they see you breaking into the first team?
They haven't given me any sort of timeline. I know they've talked to me indirectly. They've given me feedback. I know the head coach has told my agent that I'm a exciting young player for the future. But other than that, not really any timeline. But I know I'm very grateful for the club, the way that they have supported me and treated me since day one. They've been very, 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 very nice to me. Very, very nice to me. I'm very, very grateful for my coaching staff, my teammates, all the supporting workers around that. They've really done a great job. And I hope that I'm giving them the same back. I think I am. But I'm just, more than anything, I'm grateful for the way that the club has treated me as a whole.
What's one thing that you think your game that needs to improve to get to that next level?
I think there's a few things that I can improve. I think more on the defensive side. I think sometimes I can be a little too aggressive. I think I'm a very aggressive player. Especially if you saw me in the U17 academy, I was overly aggressive. But now I've found it more balanced. But I think sometimes I overcommit too much and leave my team vulnerable. Since I'm a center back, you know, if I'm out of position, it's very dangerous, you know. So I think that's something that I can improve on, and just focus on fixing some little details so I can not overcommit. I can hold my position better, and so when I get to a higher level, because at the U19 level, at the U23, sometimes I can get away with things like this, but I know once I get to the pros, they're gonna exploit that if it were to happen. So, you know, I'm just doing my best. I'm watching video with a video analysis guy, doing some things so I can rewrite my mistakes so I can get to that next level, just fixing little details, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important to like be cognizant of it and know when it's happening.
Yeah.
But as a center back, that's a position like you need to be communicating a lot. When you first went to Germany, how was that for you, adjusting to the different language? Were you speaking English on the field, or like how was that?
I tried my best to speak German as much as I could, and I still do. But when I first got there, I would just speak to them in English because they would understand me. Like I would give commands on the field in English. And then little, you know, just as the days went on, I would ask my teammates, the other center backs, okay, how do I say step up? How do I say right? How do I say left? How do I say, you know, go, like, or like go and press, you know? And just how do I say shift right, shift left? And I think the one thing that I couldn't say was the word right. I could not say that word, and you know, they would, especially the first weeks, they would laugh at me every single time I tried to say the word right. But I've gotten more of a hang of it, and I'm getting better at it, you know. But I still got a long way to go.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like you're talking mostly in German on the field, or is it still? Do you still like let some English go? Like, not you don't.
No, I still let some English go. Definitely some Spanish if I'm excited. You know, when I get excited, you know, I make a good play, or if I score, like in training, one time I scored a really nice goal. You know, I started screaming in Spanish. You know, just things like that. When the adrenaline is rushing, you know, you got the blood pumping. You know, whatever language comes out. But I think I'm speaking on the field, like giving commands at a 70% German. 80% German, and 20-30% in English. And then just when I get excited, do I bring out the Spanish, you know? But yeah, no, I try my best to speak as much as I can so I can learn as fast as I can so I can adapt to the culture, because I feel it's also a sign of respect to them that you're trying to learn their language, you're trying to adapt to them, and they don't have to adapt to you. You know, that's something that I've really tried to work on, and they've paid for a German teacher. I also have my aunt is also a German teacher, so that's really nice to have. So, you know, I've been working with my German teacher and my aunt to get better and grow little by little.
Yeah, Will probably will agree with this, but we both played over the summer in a Spanish league, and they were only speaking Spanish in it. We don't know any Spanish. Like I didn't know any at all. But after one game, I picked up like a few words here and there, and then I only played a few games, but I feel like just like being exposed to it all, you know.
Yeah.
How much you pick up, just fight or flight, you know.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, and yeah, it's definitely been the same with me for the German. Definitely 100%.
I picked up chingado. That a lot.
That's nice. That's a nice one.
The one game, I literally gave up. I was playing center back. I normally don't play center back. I gave up 2 goals in a span of probably 5.
Probably 5 minutes.
And it was bad. It was pretty bad. And I didn't know what they were saying, but I knew it was not good because I know a few curse words in Spanish, but I was recognizing those, and I knew that they were saying those. But then luckily I redeemed myself afterwards, and I scored 2 goals. And
so you're evened out. That's some penalties.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm kind of curious how you would compare. So you've played in Mexico, you've played in America, and you've played in Germany. How would you compare the 3 different countries' play styles, and which one is the best in your opinion?
I feel everywhere you go. I feel the soccer in Germany, Mexico, and the US there. I think the base of it is very similar. I think you just got some little details. I think in Mexico you got a little more of you got more Hispanics play style, which is kind of like type of you see Brazilians, you know, a little more of dribbling, taking the game on, of razzle dazzle, you could say. I feel like that's more of a part of where I played in Mexico. I think in the US it's a more physical, but also a more structure style of play than in Mexico. I think they really, here in the US, the top clubs really try to emphasize the whole building out the back and playing like that a little more than in Mexico and in the US. And in Germany, I think it's the best one that I've played in without a doubt. Just because of the level, it's got the whole structure of play of the United States, the physicality, but also it just takes it to a new speed. The level of play and the speed of play in Germany is on a whole nother level. Something I'd only experienced at the national team level. It's up to a very high standard, especially when you play against the top clubs. It's a very fast style of play with a lot of high pressure. You definitely have to think quicker, play faster, play with more details. Where you're going to play the ball, to which foot, how you're going to turn. You definitely don't have as much time to think. And I think that Germany is the best one that I've played and the one that I'm most enjoying without a doubt. So yeah, I think it's Germany.
Was there a learning curve for you? Maybe not a learning curve, but was it like a surprise when you got there, the speed of play? Was there an adjustment period, I guess would be a better way of saying it?
Yeah. There was definitely an adjustment period. Definitely. It was not really, I wouldn't say a learning curve, but an adjustment period for sure. There were, I think, the first 2-3 weeks, this was part of my overcommitting. I was the game, the style of play was so fast that sometimes I was caught out of position by trying to overcommit to the striker, trying to overcommit to the 9, and just finding that balance of to protect the space in front of me, protect the space in behind me, which I've definitely found now with the U19s. When I first got moved up to train with the U23s, it was a whole nother level of play, another speed of play. It was even quicker. So I was just like, damn, okay. And then but this adjustment period was not weeks. It was just 1-2 days that I just needed to get that rhythm in, and I would start to get the hang of it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned playing with the national team before, so I kind of want to shift focus into that. I know you're Mexican and American, so you could have announced this, I don't know, but did you commit to play for the U.S. like fully, or is that still something that can be changed?
No, that's still something that can be changed. I'm 18 years old. I'm a young player, and I'm not saying that I'm going to go play for Mexico or that I'm going to stay with the U.S. because I've seen different people like to say some things and twist my words. So right now I'm with the USA. In the future, I could be with Mexico if I feel that it's the right opportunity for me. But right now, I am with the USA. Mm-hmm. I am not changing to the Mexico right now. Only when I feel that it's the right opportunity for me, then for my career. Just like how I chose between Mexico and US, I felt the US was the best for me and for my career in the moment. So I chose to go with the US. In the future, maybe that can change. Maybe that cannot change. Maybe I'll play for the US men's team, or maybe I'll play for the Mexico men's team. But right now, it's not something that I am really thinking about. I'm focused right now on my club play, of taking the next steps, and as an outcome of that, national team will come, if that makes sense, But yeah, definitely. But I'm very happy with the US. I see what Greg Berhalter's doing with the men's team. Sadly, because of COVID, there can't be any camps for the youth teams. But you see what's happening in the men's and the senior, and it's definitely something that's exciting. Also on the Mexico side too, they just got ranked number 9. So both national teams are doing some things right. It's definitely exciting to see. For me as a player, I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky to be a Mexican American, to be able to have the opportunity to represent both Mexico and the U.S. But right now, I'm happy with the U.S. I really want to reiterate that they are doing some great things.
Yeah, we had both the Gomez brothers on,
and
Jonathan, and they were saying a similar thing, because at the end of the day, it really is all about what presents the better opportunity for you in your career.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm very close with both of them, with Johan and Jonathan. I'm very, very close with both of them, and I've definitely had these talks with them for sure, since I know Jonathan has also been called up to represent the Mexican national team in the tournament. I think it was in Denmark, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did see that as well.
So I read that you received your first call up for Mexico and the U.S. team like 2 days apart. Can you kind of take us through that experience, what that was like for you?
So like before that, I was really, I would like to say like 5 months before that, I was really, I think I felt that I've gotten into a play that I was a level of play that I was deserving of a national team call, or at least getting looked at. I was playing at a really, really high level with the U17s. I felt that I was dominating. I felt that, maybe I'm getting close to to this national team level. That maybe I do get a call up. These are talks I had with the FC Dallas coaches. They reiterated the same things to me. They said, they thought the same things. So I just kept on working. I was being patient, and then all of a sudden it's playoffs in San Diego, and I know there's the Mexican scout is there, and my dad talks with someone from Alianza who also has contacts with Mexico. He said, hey, there's a Mexican scout there. He's gonna be looking at Nico for sure. He's what's it called? He's it's gonna there could be a possibility of a call up for the Japan trip that I went on. And so I did. My dad didn't tell me. He didn't tell me at all that this was going on. I had no idea that any of this was going on, because he just wanted me to focus on playing my best, for not for any scout or anything, but for my team, as it should be. And so I play the tournament, we get out, and then we play Solar in the quarterfinals. And I remember I see Rafael Wiki was there with his assistants, with 2 assistants were there also watching. Some national team scouts for the US were there. They watched that game, and they were there. They didn't really say anything to me. I didn't even think they were there to look at me, because I was not an American at that point. And so there was really no reason to look at me. And then we lose. And we lose that day. It's I was very sad. I definitely wanted to keep on going. I was in my hotel room, and me and another teammate, Diego Letaif, who right now is playing at Tigres. We both got called down to the restaurant, the hotel restaurant, and the academy director, Chris Hayden, and our coach, he calls us down. He said, "Hey, just so you know, it's a sad day today, but I mean, both y'all got called up to the Mexican national team. And we were like, I was crying because it always been a dream of mine since I was little to represent Mexico, to put on that shirt, to give my family that pleasure, because all my family is Mexican, and that was really a dream come true. We asked him, when do we leave? And he said, we get back tomorrow in the afternoon, and you'll have to leave the next day in the morning. And so we were like, okay, like no break, but okay, we're ready, we're good. And so, and then we get home the next day, and my agent calls me and says, hey, just talk to Rafael Wiki. He about you, informed him that, you're getting, because I was about to get my American citizenship in a week and a half, 2 weeks. And so just informed him that you're getting your national team, that you got a national team call up, and that you're getting your U.S. Citizenship. So you would be available to represent the U.S. And he said he wants to talk to you. And so literally the day we get back, I text with Rafa for a little bit, and he's like, can we get on a call? And so I talked with Rafa, I think for like 30 minutes. It was like a 20-30 minute call. And we just talk about soccer, what I think of myself as a player, what if I would be open to representing the U.S. And of course I said yes, because over the years, as I became a Mexican American, I grew love for the U.S. also. I not only felt that I was a Mexican or that I was an American, I felt that I was a Mexican American. It's a very big honor to have. Not many people get to represent represent two nations. So the fact that one day after I got my Mexican national team called, Rafael Wiki personally invited me to the summer camp that they were having, which would be a week and a half, or no, 2 weeks after I get back from Mexico. It was just incredible, from having no national team call, no contact with anyone, to in a matter of 2 days getting 2 national team calls for 2 different nations. That was just crazy for me, to be honest. And it was a moment that me and my family really just enjoyed before I had to go out and put some work in,
Yeah, definitely. That seems just like something you'll probably never forget the rest of your life,
No, I definitely will not. I was driving to CVS when I got a text from Rafael Wiki and a call from my agent, and I was just like, what? I was just like, in my mind, I was just, what the fuck is going on? And like, I remember calling my parents and telling them everything, because they weren't there. They weren't at the house at the time. So I just remember telling them, and like the whole family, we were just like, what the fuck? But in a good way, in a very good way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like too, you see a lot of times, a lot of players that are in the national team mix, they're in the pool from a young age, and then like they've worked their way up. So it's cool to see you continually at the academy level put the work in, knew what you're doing was paying off, because you were really getting the looks, and then finally it did, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, it paid off big time. I got in at the last 2 possible camps, and thankfully made it to the World Cup. I'm very grateful for Rafael Wiki for giving me that trust to call me up to represent the U.S. at the U17 World Cup. It didn't go the way we wanted, but still a great honor.
Yeah, man. What happened at the World Cup? It was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate. There's, I think, just as I don't think there's any, not the U.S. not the U.S. organization to blame, or the coaches or the players. I think it was just as a whole, we failed. We didn't do what we set out to do. It just didn't go. It just didn't go well. That's really all I can really say. It was disappointing, without a doubt. But it is what it is. You grow, you learn, and you move on.
Yeah, definitely. Have to have the growth mindset. I feel so I go to school in UC Berkeley, and I'm working for the football team out here, and like their team, I thought they were gonna have a really good year this year, but like the pieces just haven't come together, and we're losing games, So definitely it sometimes happens, like just just don't.
I think if you look at that squad, you could expect some great big things. I think we had a very, very good team. You know, that Mexico team that made it to the finals, that was the team that we beat in Netherlands 2-1 in a very good victory. You know, that I felt we played better than them in that game, which was a very weird game for me since it was my debut with the U.S. But it was definitely, I think definitely we could have done much better at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Moreno was a part of that squad, and obviously he's been absolutely killing it. I think he scored again this morning, if I saw it correctly.
Yeah, scored again today.
Just how good do you think he can be?
I think no doubt he can be one, if not the best player in the U.S. history. He's really a special talent, no doubt about it. You know, playing against him in trainings and playing with him in the Netherlands, you know, he's a player that you know when he has the ball. You know, you feel me as a center back, I like it when I have a striker who I know is gonna do something, you know, and I just remember every single time, you know, if you give him the ball, you know, you feel a little safeness inside you. You know, you're safe, you're secure, and so you know he's just really he's a crazy player, man. He's just talented. He has a great mindset, a great hard work. He's a great player. He's a great person also. You know, I think some people maybe see him as cocky, arrogant, but he's not even close to that. He's a very confident person in his abilities, in his ways, in his way as a player, but as a person, he's just a humble, hardworking person, you know.
Definitely.
Who is somebody as a center back that you've had to mark during the game that you've been just like, damn, they're good, like
Just that I've had to mark.
Yeah.
In training or in game?
Just any.
Either.
Yeah.
Just anyone you've played against. I wonder, like, who's like the toughest opponent you've had to defend against?
Gio Reyna, I mean, he definitely was in trainings. He was just really hard to go up against. I think this striker from Japan, this little man, I don't know his name. I can't say his name, Migasaki or something like that. Don't want to put any disrespect to that, but I think just little strikers that are fast are definitely ones I struggle with. They're definitely harder for me, but I think he was one he was a really top player. The number 10 for Japan, who's also a really, really good player who came in the second half against us. He was just crazy good also. But no, I think I can't really think too many. I think I know my favorite striker to play against is Ricardo Pepi. He's my favorite. Yeah. Him and me, we go at each other good. We know how to get each other riled up, and we know, especially in the academy days, we definitely go hard at each other and give ourselves a challenge since he was the best striker and I was the best defender. We definitely do some good work against each other.
So are you good friends with him then?
Yeah, I'm very chill with him. I'm very, very chill with him. He's a good person, good player. You know, I really enjoy going up against him in the field, to be honest.
I'm curious, now that you're back in the US, are you training anywhere at all, or just like with other people, or just on your own?
No, I'm since I got back on a Sunday and Monday morning, I was back training. I was back in the gym with my personal trainer, and then I do my personal training with mobility with strength training 3 times a week, and then another 2-3 times a week I do sprint mechanics training to get technique, you know, because that's something that was a weakness of mine. Not anymore, but that was something that I definitely needed to learn. So I still do that. I also go with, you know, my friends here. We go out to play, do technique. My brother, I mean, he's a top goalkeeper. He also comes with us. I also take my little brother, who's 11 years old. We put him in the goal against some big boy shots, but it's okay. And I just train some technique stuff with my pro friends that are here, you know.
Yeah, definitely good to get like that competition going.
Yeah,
keep you sharp. With the recent the US like senior team camps, I'm sure you were watching those. Who to you, who are some players that you thought really stuck out for you?
well, Gio Reyna's the obvious one. I don't know how to say his name. Musa.
Musa, yeah. Yunus Musa.
Oof, what a player! What a
Yeah,
player!
He looks good.
Very, 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 very good player.
Yeah.
I think Reggie Cannon also did very well. He was one of the more experienced guys. I mean, if we're talking Weston McKennie, but he was the most experienced one, but he's still young. What a player also.
Yeah. Also from FC Dallas.
Yeah, come from FC Dallas. But he's doing some crazy things. But no, I think just those names were the ones that most stuck out to me that I just really enjoyed watching.
Did you watch the El Salvador game at all?
I watched the first 30 minutes of it and then stopped watching.
Yeah.
I mean, once they were up like 4 or 5-0, I stopped watching. I was playing FIFA at the time, and I was doing a wager with a friend and I lost. So we just stopped watching after the 30th minute. That game was not really a game.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I was at that game actually, and I was just like, after 30 minutes, El Salvador just basically quit. Like just got boring after that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at least that's what you expect from a U.S. national team, to dominate against teams like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool to see there's a lot of people make their debuts. And
Yeah. No, it's definitely nice. I hope I know hopefully that can keep on going on in the next national team calls and next national team camps.
Definitely. For you then, what with the youth national team, what's this upcoming year looking like for you? Do you have you had any communication with the coaches at all, or?
Yeah, we have they've made different group chats and all that, and they give us information every once in a while. But I mean, right now with COVID, it's definitely hard to know when there's going to be a national team youth camp. No one really knows. My brothers talking with the U17s, they don't know either, and it's just very, no one really knows when that's going to happen because of COVID, but hopefully soon. We'll see what happens with everything going on with the U17 World Cup, with the U20 World Cup. We'll see what happens, but hopefully we get more information soon and about what's going to happen. Wait, can you guys give me a minute? I just got to say something. Hey, Toño, Juanito, ¿tienes que se tienen que ir? Okay. Dile que Rafa que diga. I just need to make sure that my brothers left. They got to go somewhere.
Yeah, no problem.
They're forgetful.
So speaking of your brother, is he with the FC Dallas Academy?
Yeah, he's with the FC Dallas Academy. He trains in North Texas when they were in season, and he's doing really well. To be honest, he's doing really, really well.
And you said he was a goalkeeper? Yeah,
he's a goalkeeper.
Nice. I wish I had a brother that was a goalkeeper. It must be to be able to practice your shooting.
It's nice because I can practice some shooting. My friends can also practice. My friends who are forwards, they practice their shooting on him, and I mean, he's really at a top level. So you're getting quality saves.
Yeah, definitely a big help.
I mean, yourself and I'm sure your friends, they're top quality too. So
it's a win-win.
It's beneficial for both parties there.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah. So I mean, what would you say then so far for your career? Like, obviously, only 18 is pretty short so far.
Yeah.
A lot more to look forward to. But what would you say is your proudest accomplishment thus far?
Singing the national team anthem, the U.S. national team anthem at the Japan game at the starting 11, and being able to look at my family in that moment and just look up at the stand, see my family there while I was singing national team anthem of one of the greatest countries, if not the greatest country out there. It was definitely the proudest moment I've had in my 18 years of life.
That's awesome. So your family flew out to that game. Where was that game? Was that in Japan?
No, that was in Brazil.
This was
with the U.S. This was with the U.S.
Okay.
It was in Brazil. It was against Japan, and Yeah, no, my dad flew out, my mom flew out, my brother, my sister, my other brother couldn't flew out. He had to play here. My both sets of grandparents came. My uncle, no, two uncles, one aunt, and two aunts came also. So big family.
Wow. Yeah, you had the whole supporter section filled up with your family.
Yeah, it was nice. It was definitely nice.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else?
No, I think we can wrap it up now. Thanks a lot, Nico, for coming on. We really enjoyed having you on and just learning more.
No, I think I was really excited for this one because I think keeping it simple is one of the better podcasts out there. I listened to your stuff, not only before this, so I think I was really excited. I'm very grateful for y'all that y'all gave me the opportunity to be on here. It's a great honor to be a part of this podcast. Who has also a great list of names. It's definitely amazing. So thank y'all very much. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Will. I really appreciate
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're excited to see you just continue to develop, and for the rest of hopefully successful. Here's a successful 2021.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Same for y'all in college.